Good evening, everyone, and welcome all of you to this 100th episode of Sky High Symposium. It is a marathon task to have and reach to century. And this time we are coming up with a little bit different panel discussion with all the who's and who and the leaders in the profession. I introduce to everyone about Madam Khushvi Gandhi, and she is IRS. And I had met her long back, maybe about 3 to 4 years back. So, welcome back, Madam, to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and we welcome you. We have with us CA Jyoti Kumar, and she is heading internal audit functions at Reliance Industries Limited. And I've met her about a couple of months back, or we can say couple of days back, and I had seen her leading the team and doing excellence. So welcome, madam, to ICI, your own home. We want you to share your knowledge. We have with us CA Sheetal Shah, and she is also very enterprising and leading her team in tax at ENY. And I know her since last various years, I can say, and she has already been here to take the session and updating your knowledge on direct tax front. So welcome you once again, Sheetal, over here. And with this, without further ados, we have a very eminent panelist over here. So I request Minakshi to please take up and
Thank you so much, Preeti. As Preeti has already mentioned, this is a remarkable moment for WYMEC because we are celebrating our 100th session of Sky High Symposium. It is an achievement in itself because in such a short span of time, without fail, every Wednesday 4 to 6 we used to log in to attend so many beautiful, lovely sessions with lovely ladies enriching with their experiences. And today we are having a wonderful celebration by way of a panel discussion of three eminent personalities. They are personalities in themselves. As Preeti has already mentioned, though we will have a formal introduction very soon, followed by me. Like they are achievers in themselves. So they will share their experiences. They will enrich us with their own life, whatever they have experienced in their life. And our own Preeti Savla CCM madam will moderate the session. I hope everybody will be enriched, with the experiences and the knowledge shared by these eminent ladies. I would now request CA Sangeeta to formally introduce our panelists and the moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi ji and Preeti ji, for giving me this opportunity. I have been given this opportunity to introduce our learned speakers today. So first, let me start off with our CA Sheetal Shah. She is a qualified chartered accountant and a partner at ENY, India's tax practice in Mumbai. In her career span of over more than 20 years, she has worked extensively with the MNCs in the areas of corporate tax, international taxation, tax litigation, advocacy, and regulatory advisory. She is a member on the committees of various professional and industry bodies and regularly contributes technical papers in professional journals. Coming back to our next panelist, who is Ms. Khushvi Gandhi, an IRS officer of 2012 batch, presently posted as Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, HRD, New Delhi. Currently, she is handling promotions and empanelment of all senior batches of IRS officers. She has served in Mumbai in various capacities, including as Assessing Officer for Corporates, in Directorate Intelligence and Criminal Investigation, Transfer Pricing, and TDS. Last but not the least, our third panelist is CA Jyoti Kumar. She is also a chartered accountant with more than 30 years of experience in multiple businesses. She's been with Reliance Industries for more than 15 years as the head of the audit for retail business, trust entities, operating companies, real estate acquisitions, and projects. She was a branch manager for a well known bank. She has a zest for learning and spearheading new initiatives, streamlining operations, and identifying control weaknesses, and she builds controls to mitigate inherent business risk. With these brief introductions of our learned panelists, I hand over the mic to our Preeti ma'am. So over to you, Preeti ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Sangeeta, for such a wonderful introduction of each one. And friends, as all of you are aware, this is our symposium going for more than 1 year. And this being the 100th episode, we wish that the members reach at their next level of profession. And this, we will have the combination of leadership, the success stories, the passion, managing the work and household front, the work life balance, and a lot more. And this will lead to the success of each one, and that is our motto. So with these words, friends, let us begin this panel discussion. So the first question to Khushvi madam, and very young, qualified as IRS in 2012, and holding the position of Joint Commissioner of Income Tax. So, Khushvi madam, let all of us know how you have actually selected to give this UPSC examination, what has actually made this, and what hurdles actually you have found while doing the giving the exams as well as after qualifying. Specifically for women, sometimes it becomes tough to deal in various matters. So, what challenges actually you have found on your path, and how you have overcome those challenges, and how you are leading your position. So over to you, Khushvi madam.
Namaskar. I'm Khushvi Gandhi, and I was so kindly introduced to this organization by Preeti madam. We've met a long time back when I had come to address the association, and she was heading it in Western India. And I had come on behalf of the Income Tax Department. And I continue to represent the department today because I'm holding the position of Joint Director of Income Tax in Delhi. Currently, what I'm looking at is the HR management. And when ma'am said that we should look at leadership, this is something that we are dealing with day in and day out, and we'll talk about it. And I think we'll also discuss that what is the journey that a person takes to become an IRS officer and go into policy making and enforcement. So we sit on the other side of the table, and the CAs sit on one side of the table. So there is something called the UPSC exam. I think these days there are some movies, Raid, then 12th Fail, then there's a series called Aspirants, and a lot of people have started being aware that these IAS exams are there. So when I was 25, I qualified this exam. At that time, and maybe now also, it's supposed to be one of the world's toughest exams. And I was a journalist before that. I worked in Times of India for some time. I didn't have a commerce background. From there, I did my master's in political science, and then I thought of applying. When I applied, I was looking at the Indian Administrative Services because I was interested in policy making and doing work in some rural areas, etc. But later on, when I got into IRS, I realized that this is certainly my calling, and we are trained rigorously by some CAs only, and otherwise in an institute in Nagpur called National Academy of Direct Taxes for 2 years. And there we have to give various exams, and once we qualify those exams, then we can sit in the posts and become assessing officers. But unlike CAs, you do the groundwork. We see the work that you have done, and then we audit that work. So I started like that, and when we start off, we're so young, and the CAs and the persons who appear before us, they are 30 years, 35 years, and in so many occasions, 80, 82-year-old CAs have come, and they just start with beta, when they give you. You're sitting with the file, and you have to be all serious and strict because you don't want to be taken for a ride. But that was our journey before faceless happened. All of us have learned from the best CAs who have come and taught us. So we will ask them that, please, can you make me understand this part in the balance sheet, or how would this merger and acquisition be treated, and how tax evasion can be done in this way. And I'm so glad that I've met such wonderful people in my assessing officer tenure, whether it was in TDS, whether it has been in some searches and some enforcement actions that we have done, or even in transfer pricing, which altogether is a different field. And in all of that, it has been a learning process. Now I've come to a slightly supervisory role, but I do represent the government, and government, in IRS, we say Kosho Mulo Danda. Kosho Mulo Danda means treasury is the basis of state power. So this with this concept, we take our work and what we do very seriously. And in your practice, you will probably meet two types of IRS officers. There'll be one category which are ITOs, and then they get promoted. First, they had worked as inspectors, then they get promoted, they move to ITOs, and then they are assistant commissioners and deputy directors, and then they will retire. So these are through in-service promotions. And then there is one category of very young officers who are holding very high positions at a young age. So when CAs get confused, we try to explain that we are direct recruit officers. So we go through what, the kind of process that I told you, where there's an exam, there's a prelims, there's a mains, then there's an interview, and then we eventually move into policy making. And we go to the TPL division, we go to legislation, we go into other departments of government. And there is where actual decision making does happen. And we generally retire as member CBDT or as principal CCs, etc. So that is a path that is set out for probably for me. And this is also a very interesting career opportunity for young people, because there are quite a few CAs also who have qualified this exam. And to be able to sit and predict how the country should move, how taxation should be, what is state power, how it has to be reasonably utilized so that what the state wishes to achieve is achieved, and acting as a gatekeeper, which is the job that we do, uh, and acting in a responsible manner. These are the things that I have got to experience. And if there's something that I would have to tell the younger members who are watching this, then I would say that do consider giving civil services, because it is another perspective. And that perspective is a very interesting perspective. And the kind of exposure that we get at a young age um helps our mind, and our helps actually substantively taking part in the bigger picture, not only in India and at the national level, but also in the world. And that gives you a sense of happiness, which and a sense of satisfaction that very few other jobs may. And therefore, this may be considered. And at any point of time, I also request the CA community that you must always participate in giving feedback, because that is the only way that governance understands and gets sensitized that this is what is happening on the field. And this I have seen once, again and again, when huge changes have been introduced in direct tax legislation in the past few years, such that sometimes, if we are not doing that particular thing, then if I'm posted elsewhere, then I'm not even able to keep up with the change in legislation. And I'm sure that you feel that this is what is happening even with you on a daily basis. So I would request that there should always be a feedback mechanism and a feedback loop, and that we are always here to listen.
Great, great sharing your journey. And at very young age, you have been able to deal the various cases, which large cases, I can say. But one thing which I have drawn from your interaction, you has always been a passion to become IAS, and then you have landed to IRS, and now also then you are happy with IRS and actually found that okay, it is best also to become IRS. So the one thing I want to draw this from your interaction, that we always think my passion is this, but it is not necessary. There are always two schools of thought. One is what is my passion, I want to pursue that and I want to do that. And if you are not getting, what is come on your way, and make that or that your passion, and actually reach to the highest level in that position. So always, we should not never crave that, no, I wanted to become that and I have not become and I have to do this. But always make what is coming on your way. It may not be possible to get actually everything what you want, but always be happy. And if you dedicatedly do what has come on your way, you can actually reach to the highest position. So thank you, and for inspiring. There are about 500 chartered accountants who have already qualified UPSC, and they are at some or the other position, either as IAS or IRS or IPS or IFS also. So we have a separate committee also for that, and interacting with all of them on regular basis and taking their guidance. So thank you very much, Khushbi madam, for your suggestions for young members also. Now coming to Madam Jyoti. So, Jyoti madam, if you can share your journey, how you have come into this CA field, and on day-to-day basis, you have a vast experience, large, or where you are working with very large organization, and there are various large stakeholders into this. How you are satisfying each and every stakeholders, being leading this piece of audits day by day. We are seeing it, the audits are becoming very crucial, and everyone is looking only and in the audit space. So, and what are the reports, audit reports? So, if you can share your journey and some takeaways from your journey, how you are leading and what challenges you are facing and how you are overcoming. Over to Jyoti madam.
Thank you, Preeti, for this opportunity, as well as congratulations on 100 episodes. I just wanted to add on, I started my journey at a time when there were hardly any lady chartered accountants in the field. I qualified way back in the 90s, and at that time, there was resistance from a lot of people because a lady has come into the field and that too she is qualified. So initially, when you become a trainee, they give you all kinds of odds and ends jobs. But I was lucky enough because at that point of time, I was also pursuing company secretaryship. And I got the chance to, work closely with the management to float rights issue in the company where I was there, which is a construction company in Calcutta. I actually did all my schooling and CA from Calcutta. At that point of time, because I was doing CS, I got the opportunity to interact at that very young age, at that fresh time, with the authorities, with RBI, with everybody, all the people. So the initial, reservation of meeting people and all actually got dispensed of because I had to go and meet up with those people. Slowly and steadily, we moved into a lot of areas, and because of my experience with this company, I got an opportunity to work with the Tata Group again. Floating the rights issue, the second rights issue for Timken Oil India, Timken India Limited. there I got to learn so many things, also started interacting with grievances, the reservation, the pushback, everything was there. But, with slowly pursuing matters, with being determined, as well as, keeping myself abreast on the knowledge helped a lot. And then after that, after a series of other businesses, I got into working as a bank manager. I have always had the opportunity of working in new areas. When I joined the bank, the depository functions were still starting. So again, at that point of time, this was a very new and challenging area. That kind of helped me, because deadlines were there, stipulations were there, timelines had to be managed on a daily basis. That made me brought in the discipline that is required, from a chartered accountant to be able to deliver on his deliverables. Once I finished with the banking career, part of my career, I moved into Reliance. Reliance also, I got the opportunity of working on a sunrise sector. I joined as an auditor in the retail segment. Retail had just taken off at that point of time. Working with them showed me that, I need to brush up on retail a lot. So, of course, while, at that point of time, social media was not there, but books were there. So, books helped in learning things from what was happening abroad. Organized sector was very small in India. But got a chance to work with all the stakeholders, with all the businesses, the various, I would say, machinery that govern the retail part of it closely. At that point of time, had to travel extensively also, and got to bring in my knowledge. Enhance my knowledge. Once that came in, the support and the confidence of management started working, and they started giving newer and newer areas. And today I'm handling the internal audit for a very big vertical in Reliance Industries itself. Reliance Industries, here I've got the opportunity to work with again a new area, which is projects, real estate. So understanding the business, working closely with them, being empathetic to their requirements, suggesting improvements, and giving them that confidence that I am with you. That has kind of helped me to move on and reach where I am today. That's it, Preeti.
So, what I can draw from your story or your journey, I can say that, starting from secretarial work and over a period of 30 years, landing to this internal audit piece, and in between, the banking experience, but only the dedication, upgrading of the knowledge only can help it out. So the piece of advice with the interaction with the Jyoti madam, I can say upgradation of knowledge on daily basis is must. It is nothing is impossible, and you have to upgrade. See what is going in the world and what is the next generation is going to do. That only will help. Nothing is going to come on your sitting at office and I want to do this work. But if you upgrade your knowledge, interact with everyone, and traveling, one piece will come back to you, Jyoti madam, in the last part of interaction. Sometimes a lot of women are saying, how can I keep my kids at home, and how to do travel, so if you can then later on speak on this, how the things are being managed. A lot of things can happen. So that is a challenge for a lot of women. So that's an excellent takeaway from your journey. Upgrade the knowledge on regular basis. Nothing is impossible when a woman can start from the secretarial work to banking to internal audit piece. One can do everything. You have to just swim in the ocean. So thank you very much, Jyoti madam. Now coming to Sheetal. So Sheetal madam, so if you can share your journey, how you are leading, so many young people, the senior people as a partner in one of the large firm, a very large firm. It becomes very challenging, and how you are overcoming those challenges. If you can, and managing the home, managing office, a lot of updates are coming on regular basis, indirect tax piece. So if you can share your journey, how you are managing the show.
Thanks, Preeti, and thank you for the opportunity. So I was trying to resonate to what Kushvi and Jyoti mentioned. I think somewhere the journey of each woman to some extent is relatable. But if I speak about myself, I generally say I'm a chance chartered accountant because when I qualified when I graduated, I actually joined a very big financial company as an officer's trainee. And in a span of 1.5 months, as part of my working with my manager, he was kind of impressed with the speed at which I was delivering. That he insisted that I take up CA, and I said no, I will take it up later. He said no, nothing doing. You need to kind of enroll yourself, and he pushed me at that time. And so, one thing you earlier mentioned about passion, that sometimes you think there is a particular path that you have decided for yourself, but sometimes destiny always have a different path for you. And at that time, making a right choice and taking a plunge into something which was not pre-decided by you yourself, and believing in somebody else's belief in you is something that I feel is always actually helped me always in my journey over the past 25, 30 years. And so after qualification, I joined a very reputed firm as a consultant, and there I started with litigation profile. And so I was fortunate to kind of look at litigation at a very young age. Was very fortunate to kind of meet up with commissioners, go and do hearings before them on an independent basis, also appear before tribunal. And so that gave me a very broad perspective about how planning should be done, because what we were doing at that stage was post-mortem, right? Things were already done something, and then you were going and kind of litigating and kind of overcoming those adverses. So it also helped me that if I were to look at a scenario 5 years earlier when this things was done, probably this would have been done in a better manner. So it helped me to kind of uh, develop a sense of, as a good tax advisor. And after 7 years into that firm, I joined myself. I joined to EY. So I've been with EY for last 16 years. And when I joined there, we joined as part of the team to kind of develop the litigation practice. So there was a lot of work that has gone into developing the entire practice. It was a national level practice for which we had to travel. We had to kind of develop the SOPs, develop the policies. So, I mean, it helped me, or it shaped me, that how do you move from a mid-tier firm to a MNC, and how do you change the culture or adapt to the changed in environment. So again, that shift was a very, very good learning for me personally. And from there, within EY, I have done a lot of different roles. So one of the things which I always believe is that there are opportunities, or there are either opportunities will come to you by somebody else, or you have to kind of sense those opportunities and kind of grab those opportunities. It helped me in both the ways. While initially I was given a particular roles within my organization, but over the years, I myself have opted for taking up additional responsibilities. And for past 6 to 7 years, I have, apart from doing my regular taxation work in the direct tax and international tax and litigation, I'm also managing the tax technology piece for direct tax practice of Ernst & Young. So I'm very much actively involved, and I have a team of functional as well as technical experts who work under me, and we are developing tax technology tools. Apart from them, I'm also kind of I've also taken up the role of developing practice for not-for-profit taxation of not-for-profit organization within in the Western region. So I'm leading even that piece within EY. So I think the aspects that I thought helped me is balancing both work and life. And one of the point that Preeti mentioned, that it's always for women is always a area to kind of balance. I think what helped me there is support from family and also support from your peers and your seniors. So if you are passionate about your work, if you are committed towards your work, and if you are very, very transparent, I'm sure that you will always get support from not only from your family, but also from your peers and seniors. So yeah, this is what has been my journey, Preeti, over last 25 plus years of profession of being
Great.
a PA.
Great, Sheetal. So the one thing which I can convey to the members, participants, is that whatever, as we have discussed earlier, passion, what is coming on the way, make it your passion, and gain the support from the members, from your support system. Establish the support system. We can say that team which has been developed by Sheetal, it's always 80-20 ratio. 80% of the work can actually be done by the team, and you have to look for 20%. I have observed that many members actually go into the details and start doing everything on their own, where it doesn't actually required. Picking up the each and every phone by yourself is not required. So have the great support system at your office, at your home also, so that a lot of things can be done by them, and you have to do only 20% of the work. Again, managing the family. In the beginning, couple of years or maybe 20 years back, it was like that. Everything has to be done by the women itself who was getting married, newly married, but the things have changed. We have to get, build the confidence with your family members, with your counterpart, with your spouse, with your family, the elders, children, and be transparent, as she has said. So if each one in the family knows what you want and what they want from us and what we want from them, and what is your goal of each one should be known to everyone, so that it becomes easy to reach to the goal. So thank you so much, Sheetal, for sharing this. And now we have seen in last years, technology has changed a lot, and which is shaping the careers and the work also, and which is sometimes, technology is very helpful and sometimes it's boom also. And we have seen that government is also using a lot of technology, and the speed at which government is working is amazing. Once they announce something and immediately it has been followed also, and we have seen the technology how it has been used by the government, and also the tax terrorism and lot of things. So Khushbi madam, if you can share something, how this technology is being used by the government and how to actually do something and respond something, and how it will be beneficial for the chartered accountants.
So technology, according to me, is a double-edged sword. And for both the users, in terms of government who's announcing that we want to now upgrade to ABC, and it takes time for any change to percolate into the system, for assessees to adapt to it. For instance, when faceless was announced, there was a lot of resistance, because now they realize that the amount of paperwork that they would have to scan and then do so it, and then they were very uncomfortable that there's still sometimes you hear a sense of discomfort that we are not able to explain our case properly, and then decisions are taken without onboarding the assessee and taking that view. So there are certain challenges that are there, but this is the age of technology. This is in fact the age of AI. and the government is very, very sensitive towards every change. And in fact, slowly we are moving to an age where, why was the word tax terrorism used? It used to be used because people who were not into evasion were also being covered. One of the reasons why this happens is because you don't have information which is so targeted that you go and hit the right person. So then you'll hit a group of people where you have suspicion, and then when that happens, then there are so many. The fallout of that is that there are so many people who suffer, even when they have not really, really evaded or done something which is against the law. So when there is so much data which is available with different bodies of the government, the thought is that there should be some synergy, and if this data is available, then this data should be processed so that there is targeted enforcement. Once targeted enforcement happens, then it is always it makes sense. It will make sense to the person who's receiving it, because then there's a real scare, and it is not harassment anymore. So technology is we are trying to adapt to that. And this is a process. And when you are going through a process, there are initial fails and there could be some, fallouts like that. And I think that is just part of it. But really, I mean, maximum effort is being taken so that the department's hand is always considered a soft hand. And at any point of time, if you also meet the officers, we have been looking at soft skill management. We've been looking at upgrading that, because apart from technical skill, which can always be something that can be challenged in litigation, the soft skill should be that you don't hurt a person, so that the person is scared and so afraid that they don't approach and even clarify, and they say that jo bhi hai de do kar do, something of that sort. So that is something that government has been trying to do. But yes, AI has been used, and there is a project inside. There's 360-degree profiling that we are looking at of assessees, and various other measures that you have read in the newspapers.
Great. Superb. So I can say that there is no option but to adopt technology and upgrade the knowledge. Couple of days back, I was talking to one of the very senior partner in one of the large firm. So he is a partner, and since last 30 years is working there in one organization, and he was sharing, I have never raised a single time, any time voice on any of my team members last 30 years. So this is what the E quotient comes, the emotional quotient, and that is how it should be. Taking along with the people, it becomes very, very important. And the technology upgradation and use of technology is really very important. And an internal audit piece, I can say now, earlier it used to happen that report used to come either monthly or quarterly or annual basis. But now the expectations from the corporates are so high. From any of the client, the expectations are so high. The real-time report is required. How you are verifying and what is the outcome of that? That is, daily basis the reportings are happening, and a lot of data analytics and data science. So, if you, Jyoti madam, if you can share your experience into this, how technology piece also it is being used by the chartered accountants, where you are appointing a lot of people, and how you are actually, what are your expectations from this outsourced audit or your in-house team who are chartered accountants in the piece of the technology, data analytics?
There's a paradigm shift today from traditional audit to modern to the remote auditing or to continuous auditing, as what you want to say. It is no more a sample-based audit. It is now ample audit. You need to make sure that completeness is there for all the transactions. This all actually happened post-COVID, when people started getting a lot of collaboration, a lot of tools came in. You got to previously there were reservations in giving accesses to systems, but during COVID you got all kinds of accesses to all systems that were there in the system. So that made you start exploring and saying, hey, why don't we take up completeness? Why do we have to look at a sample? And today the story is different. Previously, when you used to do it, I think it was not very long ago, 3-4 years ago, we used to go and complain data नहीं मिल रहा है, trial नहीं मिल रहा है, ये नहीं मिल रहा है, वो नहीं मिल रहा है. Today we say इतना data है, इसको करें तो कैसे करें? It's like that. Now the data has to be massaged, it has to be cleaned, it has to come to a point where it gives a story. Storytelling through data is important. And not only just storytelling has to be with attractive visualization. It's not possible to go through voluminous pages. Nobody has the time or the bandwidth to go through it. So it's better to make it concise, visually appealing. And so visualization is playing a very strong role. So new tools have also been introduced by the leading players in this market in the technology field. And I would ask everybody to take an overview and to take up the respective courses that are there, especially in the line of open source systems that are there, Power BI, Tableau, R, Python. Those are the things which are, I mean, everybody's talking about them, but if you know them, you have an added edge about it. And data is the new oil. Data has to be refined, data has to be acute, it has to be clean, and it has to be good quality data. Otherwise, you're not being able to analyze it. With data, you can go a long way. You can actually predict things. You can actually modulate your. I mean, you don't have to go by traditional way of rolling over audits over periods. You can actually do agile audits as per the requirement. And that is the ask today. Nobody is looking at a continuous rollover plan, covering all the areas. Today, they want to see what is critical. So risk-based audits, critical audits, and agile audits, backed with enough data analytics, backed with enough visualization, is what everybody is demanding. Our auditees are also asking for that to get a complete assurance on the issue, on the various processes. Processes also have been automated to a large extent, which of course supplements this requirement.
So great, Jyoti. And the entire arena has been changed from traditional audit to system based, and the outcomes are also changing rapidly. So use of these tools. So institute has also tied up with various vendors, and if you see the website of the institute, various such tools are available at very concessional rates. So members can actually make use of these tools, data analytic tools, and various idea and various other tools are also available in the market. So if we do the data, if we actually use these tools and do the data analytics, the work becomes very fast and effective. And sometimes it may happen ki beyond the scope, some new results also comes, which is very, very useful to the people in the company, to the auditee. So with the use of these tools, investment in the tools is very much required. And if you invest in this technology and tools, it will really bring more benefits to the firm. So the great insights, Jyoti Madam, for using this technology tools in the piece of audit. As regards to the tax, we can say the direct tax, international tax, the litigation. Sheetal, you have actually gone through entire thing into direct tax, all verticals in the direct tax. If you can share your experience, what are the opportunities in direct tax, and with technology, what actually one should aspire for their excellent future career?
So I think like any other sector and any other practice area, tax is also not far where we are using technology. So while Jyoti mentioned about audit tools and you also mentioned about audit tools, there are many tools which are available in the market and where firms like ours also coming up and making tools for corporate tax compliances, litigation management, compliance management, and also TDS. So again, the aspect of tax technology cannot be disregarded, particularly because of the complexity of the of in particular TDS. Now today, as we see, TDS is on each and every item of your P&L. Earlier, goods were outside the scope of TDS, and today, if you see, being tangible goods or services or online gaming or lottery, anything, you name it, and each and every item is subject to TDS. The compliance is very, very, onerous. There are prosecution consequences if there are defaults in accurately, identifying your TDS compliances. Identifying your TDS quantum and depositing it in time with the government. So all this and the complexity and the quantum has actually led to use of technology. So tax technology area today we are having in terms of opportunities. There are many technology firms who are hiring chartered accountants as functional experts for helping them to develop this technology tools. So if you are passionate about technology, if you are passionate about tax, you can also look at participating in this journey with many of the technology firms. Coming on direct tax and corporate tax, in particular, on the litigation front, we are seeing a lot of opportunity on the APA side, particularly on the transfer pricing, on the MAP, mutual agreement process, and also on bar. So while we know that Settlement Commission and AR is no longer there, but Board of Advanced Ruling, which is a new forum which has been recently announced. Again, that is one area where people can develop their practice. If I look at international tax, with multilateral instruments, with BEPS action plan, with the kind of amendments that are likely to come at a global level. And again, we are not limiting ourselves to India. Globally, tax function as such is likely to undergo a marked shift. And in the budget of this year, when we see the new government presenting the budget in July, we will see definitely the introduction of amendments in the Income Tax Act as regards BEPS action plan, right? So one has to be really, really proficient about this new development. You have to keep pace with the development which is happening, have access to various online training or in the international tax arena that is available. There are various there were various overseas universities also presenting this kind of a training which you can use. And also there are opportunities where certain jurisdictions which were currently not having corporate tax in their scheme of things, like UAE, they've recently introduced Income Tax Act, and as we all know, there is a huge demand of tax professionals in the UAE when it comes to direct tax as well as corporate tax. So again, while we are not saying that people from our country should move to other jurisdiction, but as an opportunity, if you are a tax professional, you cannot or you should not limit yourself to one country, considering the global nature of the of tax and considering the way the amendments are happening in a global in the global arena. We can definitely look at opportunities not just in India but overseas as well. And of course, all these things would require you need to be updated with the latest development, both on the technology side as well as on the tax technical side. So yes, I think Preeti, these are the few areas which if I summarize, these are the areas where I see that there is a opportunity for young profession.
Great, excellent. And however, the technology is not an you're mentioned for young members, but with the new things coming up, say GST or new types of sustainability audits, so everyone is at par. Even for elderly people, also I can say that is a new thing. So everyone is par. And actually, if they look forward for that opportunity, they can actually do, along with the tax opportunity at global level. Now we can actually be in India and do the work at various levels at global level. And that is the great suggestions which has been actually been advised by you. So thank you. Again, Khushbi, there is one question from audience to you. And along with that, I would also request you to please share one or two challenges which you might have faced in your journey. Dealing with, you have said that dealing with very senior people, and whether on in the front of as a woman, sometimes people are hesitant to share everything. Whether if you have actually faced some challenges and how you have overcome those things, if you can share something.
So, first of all, Preeti ji, I don't know if you've noticed, but the three panelists that you have, we are three generations of women. One has completed around 34, 35 years, one has completed around 24, 25 years, and I have completed 14 years. So, in our working life. So we have all three faced different challenges, and they have remarkably changed because the position of women in society, the acceptability of women. Today, almost everyone who is my age works. Almost every woman who is my age is, I mean, more or less, there is a huge workforce of women. We have young children, and we are somehow juggling home and office, and even in office, you are taken seriously, you do have a place on the table, and the challenges that probably Jyoti ji has faced, they are of another, and she's just fighting that I want to be considered the same as a man. That was because that is a real challenge. She had a real fight. At least, all of us, we were accepted. So she is a pioneer in herself, But I think Sheetal ji may have faced, she with some family support. It was still that there would have been quite a few women around her. And with me and my generation, I feel that we do have quite a few women at leadership positions who have young children, and the family has accepted that if they are so well qualified and they've worked so hard, then they have around 4 to 5 years of vulnerability when the children are small, and they may often have to prioritize home. Like my child is 18 months old and my elder daughter is 6 years old. So I have two, and I realize that I will have a period where I'll have to take a seat which is not really, having my working hours which are little more sustainable. And in office also, there's a sense of acceptance. So fortunately, we are moving towards a generation where there is a sense of acceptance that in a 35, 38-year long career, a woman may have to, be prioritizing family for around 3 to 4 years, but that does not define the woman. And I have not met a single lady who has, not been able to be as effective as a gentleman just because she is a mother. It has not happened. We take ourselves very, very seriously, and even when I have to choose my juniors, I definitely prefer lady officers because I know that they mean business. So I think we all need to pat ourselves on the back because we've done an amazing job. And it is people like Jyoti ji, Sheetal ji, and yourself who have led the way and made life very, very easy for us. So thank you. We owe this thank you to working women.
Yeah, so actually, it's a great motivation for each and everyone. What you have said, by hiring lady officers, it's a great motivation for everyone. I can actually, the same question actually, as you have said, Pushvi, you all are different generations. So actually, I want to have the answers from all three panelists. So what challenges actually they have faced? I know Tara Rao being lifetime achievement awardee here. The first time we have conducted this CA Women Awards, Excellence Awards, and she has been a recipient of this lifetime achievement award. So she is like in her having experience of 40 plus years, So, but I want to ask this question to each and every panelist. But still now I am seeing when we go to 2 tier, 3 tier cities, the women are actually still facing the challenges which in metros they may not be facing. So if you can share some example, actually that will be really motivating to everyone, Jyoti madam. What challenges actually you have faced and how you have overcome?
I actually had to adopt a never say no attitude to get where I am today. Because if I would have gone and ever said I'm a lady and I can't do this and I can't do that, it would not have been taken in the right stead and light. So, and at the same time, I would also like to add that my colleagues were very, very supportive. My family was definitely supportive.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Sonal, if you can put mute. Yeah. Yeah. So everyone, I request everyone to put on mute themselves because it's disturbing. And also, the members, participants can share their question in the chat box. We'll take after this question some questions from participants also. So I request everyone to put their questions in the chat box. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So my family, of course, was supportive. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to, pursue the career that I have. I have a very, very active and very hectic kind of a career that I've had all along. But along with that, my colleagues were also very supportive. And initial resistance was there, but then once you prove that you are here for business and you want to deliver and you are nowhere less than them, and you start working shoulder to shoulder with them as well as contributing in fact much more. I wouldn't brag, but we normally have a knack of contributing more than what those guys do. So all those things have actually helped me to overcome my challenges. My challenges were in the light of whether I can go to this area or not, whether I should go to the 3 tier place or not, how do I manage my logistics, how do I manage my stay, those kinds of things. But yeah, Reliance was always supportive about this, and they have always given the best facilities to anybody who could travel. So there's been no challenge in that respect. In my earlier days of career, yes, we had some challenges in these respects. Also, the fact that putting in long hours at that point of time, how do you manage that? There was no teams at that point of time. There was no other systems that were there. Even software office systems were not accessible by us. We had to necessarily stay in office and work. So yeah, those things, of course, family played a role in that time. They did understand. There were times when I was being picked up from there late in the middle hours of the night also. Those things have happened. And yeah, once again, I would like to bring it on record. Without anybody's support, it is not possible. So it is a mutual relationship that is there. We excel because they support, because it's a complementary relationship.
Yeah, I agree that sometimes it may happen that initially we not get support, but it is an art actually. It's each one's art to gain the support from everyone. And I can also hear from Jyoti that we have to prove ourselves actually. So we have to work hard, prove ourselves, and once being proven, then no one can actually take it for granted. So that is a work, and work, and that is the success and gain the success. So great insights, Jyoti madam. And over to Sheetal. I also want to hear in a form. It's a the industry is a totally different area. This government departments are totally different area. So a lot of members are actually into practice. So Sheetal, if you can share some examples from your some case studies which everyone can resonate with your challenges and how you have overcome from those challenges. Yeah.
Thanks, Preeti. So yes, I think challenges are part of women working women, I would say. But I think the one thing is very important is whether you want to look at challenges as challenge or an opportunity to excel. And of course, it happens only if you believe that you are capable of doing that or achieving what you want to achieve, and take people along. Everyone, Jyoti, Kushvi spoke about support system, and I actually like to kind of quote here Advocate Zia Modi. So for one of our Women's Day program in EY, we had invited Zia Modi to kind of give a kind of a keynote speech, and her experience. And she said that when I got married, I was very clear that I don't want to take away the freedom, or the I don't want to be at home, or I don't want to take away the control that my mother-in-law has over kitchen. And I said on the first day itself to my mother-in-law that I'm not here to compete with you. I'm here to work, and you can continue to do what you are doing at home. And I think that helped her and her mother-in-law to kind of know each other's area where they know that okay, we both will complement each other rather than competing with each other. It gives a lot of peace of mind, because you know exactly that you are not going to compete with each other. That's one. And secondly, I think what she said is that if you can afford, you should always have support system. So if you can afford, you should have a maid who can kind of support you at home. Who should also try and see, if you can afford, you should have a cook so that you can overcome from those responsibilities, and spend the time that you have with your children. Because at times what happens is that doing the work at office, coming back and doing the house chores, I mean, you at times kind of limit the time that you can spend with your children and your spouse. I think prioritization of your 24 hours over these various areas is very, very important. So I think building support system at home and support system at work, because if you have a team who can and if you are mutually helping each other, I think you will also find like-minded people even at your organization who will support you wherever you are in need of support. So yeah, I think and again, somebody spoke about having team member who are women. In my team, I have more than 15 to 17 women team members, and all are in the age of 28 to 35, and all have gone through the maternity stage. I mean, all I would say almost 30% of them, except 30%, 70% have gone through that. And in that time, when they were going through that phase, other members kind of supported each other, and they ensured that their area has been taken care of. And when they return back after 6 months of maternity leave or an extended maternity leave, they kind of join at the same level at which they were otherwise reached, rather than going back to where they left. So I think that organizations have also started to kind of consider. They have provided that support, both from recognition of women as a contributor to the growth of the organization, and also as a very, very respectable professional. So I think this acceptance, both in society and at workplace, it has actually helped women today to kind of balance both work and life. Work-life balance, I would say, it's relatively easy today as compared to what it was probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, that is been actually been observed by everyone. It's much everyone is more understanding. And earlier days, father never used to know okay how old their children are and which standard actually they are studying into. But now it is fatherhood is as equal as motherhood also. So it becomes easy for each women also to take care and of their profession. Again, some question has come. So, to Kushri madam, does a CA having 5 years of experience, age 28 years, would be right to go for IRS? If yes, what is the process?
So, eligibility is there, but IRS is not the same as CA. It requires many, many more subjects that one needs to ingest before they can even think of giving the exam. So that process of studying, if you were able to clear CA, then you have the grit to go through it. So if you're interested, then it's a good it will be a good career choice. You must try and give the exam, because there shouldn't be a sense of मैंने कर लिया होता तो. So give the exam. Maybe if you clear, then you're just giving 1 year or 1.5 years of your life. At least give 1 or 2 attempts. You have comfortably 2 attempts left. And yeah, whatever you do with full dedication and give your 100%. Otherwise, if you've done CA, then I think you should be able to have the grit to do this also.
Okay. So process always you can actually go through the website and get it. Is
You
all
can talk to
available.
someone also. Yeah.
Again, there is one very, very subjective question, and which I ask both Jyoti and Sheetal to give their views. Which is the best working area under practice to balance both house and work, being a single parent having 2 kids to grow up?
Okay, I'll take a shot
Sure.
at it. So, I mean, I'm not sure whether you have any, I mean, whether the person who has asked the question has any expertise in a particular area. But if I were to generally respond to this question, I mean, there are many areas of, I mean, one of the areas what we have seen is there are very global delivery centers. When I say global delivery centers, there are these organizations who process the returns or the compliances from a direct tax, indirect tax perspective of various jurisdiction in India. So I think one of the area, if you are a chartered accountant, if you have understanding of tax as an area, then you can also develop expertise in, let's say, US taxation or European taxation, and you can be associated with these global delivery centers. They are similar to any other KPOs or BPOs, as we know separately. But I think the opportunity there would be that you would be connected to your area of expertise. At the same time, you would be also getting the flexibility to work from home, because I know that there are many GDSs which are allowing hybrid way of work, or or at times complete work from home. So I think that can be one of the area which comes to my mind mm, at this juncture.
Sure. Jyoti madam, if you can share some.
I could just add a couple of more things. One is, of course, the newest area, which is BRSR and ESG requirements. You could do a course and you could do this, and this, of course, you can manage from home, because there's a lot of review that you can do online, with the support of your companies. The second piece is you could improve your skills in analysis, and you could look at data analysis, visualizations for your companies. That also you can do from home. And I guess this is there. And also, if you have the accesses to the systems, I think the platform is fully open. You can try anything that way. It's just that you need to be enabled.
Yeah. So great insights. I would also like to add that see what is your actually career path earlier, what you have done before, immediately after, during your articleship, and immediately after your articleship qualifying as a CA, before your career break. So that knowledge already you have, and that you have already done some work into that particular area. So after your sabbatical leave, you can actually go again and dwell upon that area. Again, there is no bar to go to other areas, actually understand what is going in the market at India level, at global level, and understand where the demand is over a period of 10 years, because you are starting again a new thing. And if you choose that area, that will have a huge demand. And if you specialize in that particular subjects, people will come at you. Huge demand for the human resources to in today's era, from everywhere, from the global level. So bring your expertise into that particular area, maybe for 1 year or 2 years. If you want you can work in that particular field without having any monetary expectations. so that your knowledge is upgraded. And if you dedicatedly work, and again you have said that you have a two kids, small kids, so try and see how actually you can contribute. There is contribution is required, time is required. You should have the support system also for everything. It is not easy if you are just behind your kids and upgrade and have expertise in any area. Again, another opportunity is in entrepreneurship. If you have passion for some or other business, that also you can actually start, because a lot of startups are also being there. And CA background is such a humble and having so much knowledge, having great knowledge background, because we know the understand the balance sheet, we understand the finance. So if you actually have some passion for any of the business, you can start some business also with the CA background, which you can do well in that also. So you can have your own practice, join hands with some other firm, some or the other firm for particular area of your choice. You can actually plan for the job. We are also having the flexi or part-time work campus placement every year we are doing. So right in this year, 1700 plus women have enrolled and 20 plus companies have enrolled for this flexi and part-time campus placement, and lot of have actually got that job for work from home also. So you can think about having a job in particular area or start your own startup or the business. So it depends actually on person to person what are their liking and what are their situation. And but however, I would say that have a goal for 5 years or 10 years where you want to reach, and take a baby steps right now, put in writing on your paper, so that you can daily basis you can measure what you have done to reach to that goal. So I would also like invite all the panelists to share in one sentence what message they want to give to all our women participants, starting with Khushvi.
For women, I would like to say that we are all in it together. I had a really, Sheetalji really, she stirred a note when she said that we don't need to compete. If we collaborate, then we can, it gets much easier. The journey is much easier. And otherwise, as an IRS officer, I'll say it's less risky to it's in the coming world of AI. Compliance is always the right answer, and non-compliance is going to be extremely risky and extremely expensive.
Great piece of advice. So collaborate and ensure the full compliances. Thank you. So excellent message, Jyoti madam. I would like you to give message to all the participants.
Okay, young professionals should be updated on new technologies, possess digital skills such as data analysis, result interpretations, understandings and impacts of technology on businesses, understand the businesses where they are working to be able to contribute better, also the nuances and the compliances that are related to that particular business. So leverage the opportunities that digital transformation is offering to you. It's an exciting field full of challenges, but also has opportunities. So take a pledge to explore new approaches and contribute to the success of your organizations in this digital era.
Great. The AI and technology actually taking a great shape in the minds and in the work for everyone. So excellent piece of advice. Thank you so much, Jyoti madam. And now coming to Sheetal madam, what you think and what you give a message to all the participants.
I think Khushvi and Jyoti mentioned it, but I think I would just say believe in yourself, have dreams that you want to achieve, and never shy away from seeking help, whether it is at home or whether it is at, I think that this sometimes I've seen that people shy away from seeking help, or they say, no, how would it look like if I'm asking for help? I've seen in my journey that if you ask someone, you're not belittling yourself, right? So I think have faith in what you want to achieve, uh, believe in your dreams, and seek help internally, externally, whatever areas that you want to excel. That's what my and this can be for any people from any age, right? I think this holds true for everyone. That there is no age to start dreaming, right? So yeah, that's what I could say.
So believe in yourself and ensure that with the support, take help, and with the support of everyone, you are actually achieving your dreams. So I think this is like going to be the excellent session, and takeaways, a lot of takeaways for everyone. And really thank from the bottom of my heart to each one of the panelists, Vishwi madam, Jyoti madam, and Sheetal madam, for being there and sharing your success story and giving a lot of insights for all the budding chartered accountants, women, young professionals, the seniors, about 1,000 plus members have actually joined, and we'll be also putting this entire session on our women portal, so anyone can join and take a lot of guidance from this, and this will really motivate everyone. So I really thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, on behalf of our women and young members excellence committee, for being here and sharing, taking a valuable time from your busy schedule and sharing a lot of insights from your journey. Thank you very much. And we will be in touch, and I'll be, disturbing you for various other programs, various contributions, whether the sessions or any other way. So be in touch, stay connected. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And Preeti, I would want to say that you are also one of the very good inspiration to all of us, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
have seen you how you are managing different roles, being a profession, doing so much work for the institute, and kind of motivating everyone. So you are also a role model which all of us can look up to.
Thank you so much for appreciation. And it is actually my endeavor to serve the best to the members of institute, students, and the mentoring also is very important for this women. Actually, they need guidance. So we keep doing this motivational programs. So some of the other motivational program, we don't know how many of women actually get motivation, and they restart their career with this kind of programs. So this is, I can say, my passion, and it is possible with all your support. So thank you
You're
so
doing a great job. Yeah, thank you.
Great job. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we are now coming to our second part of this today's session, and we have actually invited our women awardees. So it was a Herculean task this year to start with this first ever CA Women Excellence Award, and various awardees have joined, and it was with the support of entire council we were been able to get approval for conducting this program. So my thanks to the president ICAI Aniket Sunil Talati, vice president, and all the council members for supporting us for such initiative. This is, we are in the 75th year of ICAI, and first time we have been able to do these awards. Friends, let me tell all of you, women bill has come in the parliament, and it is seeking 33% reservation for women members, women. And however, without any reservation and without anything, we have 29.3% of fraternity as a women fraternity. So we have 4 lakh members of ICAI, out of which 29.3% are women members. And if we see the recent results, so there 44.2% women are actually passing the CA exams. And there are about 44%, 42 to 44% are CA girls student. So the ratio is increasing day by day. I remember the days where there are, our first women from SIRC was there, and a lot of very few members were there in institute as a members, but now this ratio is really increasing. And first time we have started with these awards, and we have our co-opted members also, special invitees also. We'll also have interaction with all of them. And I also thank all the awardees who have actually joined to share their experiences and their feeling for by getting the award. And if they want to share something in very short time about the institute and their feelings and about our committee. So starting with our the awardee, that is CA Women Lifetime Achievement Award, has been actually received by CA Tara Rao. Madam, we have seen, exciting, excellent profile, madam, and you must have faced lot of struggles when you have started your career, but we have seen you reaching at global level in your career in the tax piece, and sharing your knowledge when in the male dominated community long back, say 40-50 years back. So madam, if you can share something about how your feelings for the by receiving the award, and something for the institute, our committee. So over to Tara Rao, madam.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, madam, we can hear you.
Preeti, thank you very much for saying all the good words which were said for me. And whatever you have uh, anticipated or you have learned in the past is absolutely right. Okay. The child in me said that I was very happy to receive the award. Okay. But as a good professional and a human being, I felt that I was made to work very hard to get the award. At the beginning of my career, my boss would not allow me to go alone to the income tax office. Can you believe it? He used to say no, because a whole lot of income tax Aikar Bhavan, I would be the only person, going around, and Mr. SP Mehta's daughter used to be there occasionally. So that was the kind of this thing background which I came from. Okay. It was really, really very, very heartening that institute had finally recognized whatever 50 years I had spent. I have now finished 50 years of my career and I'm still in practice. I do come to office every day about 6 to 8 hours, depending on where I am. And I'm really satisfied and happy. And I should thank everybody around, including you and the institute and everybody. My manager, who was part of my office in those days, the institute's office used to be in Cuff Parade. And Cuff Parade was not as developed as you see today, but there was nothing in Cuff Parade. That the road on which the institute was there was the dead end, and thereafter there was sea. So my manager used to say, "You can't go alone to the institute." And I used to get very upset with him. He used to give me an escort to go to the institute's office. And then, things changed when we moved to Mecca Towers in 80. All those big skyrise buildings had come into, and then I used to go n number of times to the institute and Mac. And I was on some taxation committees and some other committees, so I would often go down to the institute's office and come back. So my memory of being a part of the institute is very good, and I have really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, this awards actually, the theme and the idea beyond for having this award ceremony, and recognizing all those leaders in the profession is that this will really recognize the leaders, women leaders, if we say about 29% of women professionals, out of which half of them are actually into workforce. And if we see the leadership positions are maybe less than 3%. So the recognition of these leaders, women leaders are important, and this will really motivate to all the women fraternity, entire women fraternity, so that they will rise and look up, so that if Tara Rav is actually doing this much, why can't me? And all the awardees in different sectors, and if they are actually doing these things, why not me? And this will really motivate all the awardees, and that is how we have come out with this idea. So thank you very much. Once again, my
Thanks a lot. Thank
congratulations
you.
to you. So thank you so much.
I really appreciated all three panel members of yours. They spoke very well, okay? And they brought out every single issue, including life, work balance, including how you have to get your partner's goodwill and get your get in your house, the what should I say, the knowingness, the knowledge that you are going for something very constructive and you want to do something very nice. All this takes very long time. It doesn't come so far. But I must say I was very lucky with my parents being very this thing appreciative of whatever I was doing, or my husband saying that it all matters, and it's all put together is what you face in your life. Thanks a lot, Preeti. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have with us co-opted members, and I can see Kashmira on the panel over here. I request Kashmira to share quickly some of the initiatives, how actually the committee has really worked and brought out for the women members. Yeah.
Thank you, Chairperson CA Preeti Savla ji, Vice Chairman CA Abhay ji, Office Secretary Shanu, Jaya, Saurabh, and my fellow co-opted members CA Sonia and CA Shweta, and all other members working for this committee. A very warm welcome to all talented panelists and awardees attending this session today. I'm very grateful by ICAI that this year I was given an opportunity to be a co-opted member of this Women and Young Member Excellence Team. Unless until you are a member or you attend the session, then only you'll come to know what great work they are doing for us women CAs, so that it helps us to get that support. This committee is exceptional and unique because of the philosophy of activities conducted by WYMEC in 2023-24. The aha moments, what I will say for me, were the first ever CA Women Excellence Awards were given by this committee in December 2023 at the National Stock Exchange building at Mumbai. It was attended by all council members, to motivate us and to inspire, including our President C. Aniket Talati and Vice President C. A. Ranjit Agrawalji. Almost 100 nominations were received, which was evaluated on various key parameters, and awards in 6 major categories were given to the most deserving candidate. This kind of award definitely acknowledge the contributions that you have made all through your journey. You recognize and celebrate your achievements. So this committee has conducted many other placement programs also, so that it gives the starting. The starting, sometimes it's very difficult for a woman CA to enter the industry. So they have started a lot of placement programs, which was like at 14 centers with 20 organizations attending it. And we were able to place 257 women members this year. So it's a great start for, almost like 250 people would be getting a head start, which they require at the, initial stage. So this year, we had the highest 5 residential refresher courses also, which help for upskilling, networking, and excellence of CA women members. And more than 50 ICA branches across the country conducted women empowering programs under the aegis of WYMEC committee, which were attended by more than 2,500 members. So you can see, there are so many activities going on. And as you all know that, CA Preeti Ben is having a multitask. Like all women, we know that we have more than 2 hands. But when I worked under the leadership of CA Preeti Ben, I came to know that how many different areas she's taking care of, and she's managing so well. She's also giving us the freedom, so that we also empower ourselves. We also see where we can upskill and bridge the gap. So a lot of activities which we did, which were very, very entertaining for us, and itself it helped us to grow. So, and this 100th Sky High Symposium, as you can see, this webinar series is a very crucial one. Like every Wednesday and every week Wednesday, webinar series for technical as well as non-technical topics were conducted all year through, dedicatedly without missing a single week. All relevant topics and best speakers were arranged so that our young and women members can get inspired, empowered to elevate and excel in their endeavors. So, more than 20,000 members were enlightened by attending this webinar series, and more than 150 plus speakers have given their knowledge and shared with us during this webinar series. So this webinar had reached out not only to metro cities but to the tier 2 and tier 3 cities where CA women members really needed the most. I can tell you the experience because I myself was a speaker in one of the seminar and moderators in couple of seminars where I got the messages from my peers and my juniors who had actually taken a sabbatical break, or they were not able to get the little gap what they had felt for the technical knowledge which was mapped by this type of webinar series when they've attended. So all relevant topics were covered, and I think so this is the committee which has done the maximum webinar series and have covering various topics. So as people say, behind every successful man there's a woman. I would say, imagine if such successful women are behind other CA women members, then how much we can achieve and excel. So the WYMNC committee is actually doing that. So with this, I'll hand over to the team. Thank you, and let's go move forward.
Thank you very much for all your contribution, Kashmira. We have actually, done a lot of meetings and done a lot of taken a lot of initiative this year for the committee. So thank you for all your support as a co-opted member to the committee. We have with us Madam Shweta. Shweta is there. So I request Shweta also. She has also been the co-opted member to add what share her experience and several other initiatives. Is Shweta there? So, anyways, Jaya, I request you to please call her and request her to please join. In the meantime, I would also now like to invite Madam Lakshmi Rao. Lakshmi Rao, are you there? Lakshmi Rao is there. So I request Jaya to please call her. She is also the awardee. She has taken, recipient of the CA Women Lifetime Achievement Award second position. So I request office to please call her and invite her. We have with us CA Sonal Jain, and I request her to please. Um, she is also the recipient of the award, that is CA Women of the Year award. So if you can share something.
Yes, thank you so much, Preeti ma'am. And first of all, I would like to share that the moment when I came to know that I have been one of the awardee, it was like, it's been one of the most happiest feeling. I recall the previous best feeling when I came to know that I was all India ranker in CA final. So I could recall those cherishing moment that again the institute is the one who gave me one of the biggest happiness. So thank you, Women Empowerment Committee, for conducting one of the most unique award like Women Award category for the first time. So a great initiative coined by Preeti ma'am for conducting such award. And getting this award inspired me in two ways. Like, it motivated me, and secondly, I felt that yes, when your work get recognized, you get double motivated and you walk on your path of doing more such activities. I always believed in one funda of aim, achieve, and accelerate. Like, you have to aim what you want to achieve, then you have to accelerate on that. So this award is like an acceleration to me, a motivation to me to do more such activities and to do more for society, for other chartered accountant friends, and to my clients. Secondly, I would like to tell that the way Women Empowerment Committee is conducting weekly seminar series, they're also very useful because they are covering various topics, all recent topics, which are very useful. And the best part are they are all online. So anyone who is doing work from home or who is handling work from managing both house and work, that person can attend this series and can update their knowledge. Regarding award, would like to also add one more thing, that this award is not only just an award for a person who is winning, it is a summation of his entire professional journey. For me, when I cleared my CA at the age of 21, then after I had lots of hurdles to achieve my dreams, and slowly gradually I found my way. Later on, post marriage, post getting two kids, it was like people used to tell me that now you focus on your kids and leave your career, take a break of 4 5 years and focus on your babies. But it was my conviction to never drop my work, and with support of my family, my parents, my husband, my in-laws, I parallelly run my career. And when I received the award, I felt that yes, whatever I did is correct. So thank you, Institute, for making my gut feeling correct and always supporting. Right from the student age, I have been always involved in Institute activities. So Institute has been always a polishing school for me. And thank you, Preeti ma'am. Thank you, entire Women Empowerment Committee, for conducting this awards.
Great. Thank you very much, Sonal, for sharing your feelings and the experiences. So now we have with us CA Pechi, and Pechi madam is a recipient of the award in the social service. So and she has done a lot of work for mentoring and guiding the students for a CA journey. So I request Pechi madam to please share her experiences and feelings for receiving the award.
Um, First of all, I would like to thank CA Preeti Savla madam, who had taken a very great initiative to start a very good journey of first ever Women Excellence Award. I got a call from you only, ma'am. When I got a call, I was just because I have not expected the things, but usually participate in all the institute activities from my students' days. The last 2 years was a very desert path for me in my life because I lost my husband. So I don't know what destination I'm going to make it like that. So when you called me and when you are saying that you have been awarded, first time after 2 years, I smiled. I smiled and I was very thankful to my institute. I just want to tell all the members that I request all the women members to participate in all programs conducted by Women and Young Members Excellence Committee, because uh, all this 100 series, no, it was like technical, both technically and also it is a non-technical topic is motivating the things. Of course, all the women need our motivation, where we will go. This online is a great thing, and this has been achieved 100 things. I want to celebrate 1,000 programs, and definitely ma'am will take this to as it named as the excellence committee. It's doing a great thing. I was a very single drop in that. I'm so happy and elected to be in this group. Once again, I thank all the office bearers of Women and Young Members Excellence Committee. They are really doing good. They are keep following the things and everything in a perfect way. When it is fixed up, they will send all the links, everything in a very perfect way, and they really doing good. Kudos to all the team members of WIMEC. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to CA Preeti Chawla, ma'am. You really done a great things, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pechi madam, and for sharing your feelings. And we wish you all the best in your future career. So we have with us CA Karishma Mawani, who is the recipient of the CA of the Year award. So I request her to please share her takeaways and the feelings on receipt of the award.
Thank you, Preeti Ben, and uh, my apologies. I'm not on video since I'm on a go traveling, right? So, but I couldn't control myself. Just, I heard the others as well. But, I want to start off with, this committee is, doing a great job. I've been in the profession for like 21 years. Uh, and 3 years of my articleship. But I think this is the first time, and kudos to Shanu ji and her team as well, to kind of really project manage this really well. And this is a great inspirational way to motivate others. I see this as not my award, but I see this as more our award, for inspiring more other women to do this. And uh, Preeti ji, thank you so much. Thank you so much, for, and I'm talking on behalf of the CA women here to take this initiative, right? Because I think we needed that starter, that it was you have a car, great car, Mercedes car, and then you have various, great parts to it. But you need somebody to really drive that big car, the big brand which we have, which is the CA profession, right? And this is a great initiative uh, uh, of what Preeti ji, you have and your team have started as part of WIMEC. But I on a high note, I'm firstly, on a personal front, I'm going to be available anytime for these initiatives. Or I represent, come from a big four firm, and I'm sure the firm is also very focused to increase the diversity and inclusive quotient for our brand, and to see how it's not about just adding more women in the kitty, but it's also adding in terms of how do we enhance business innovation through a diversified approach, right? And I'm sure we can help and facilitate in that. So I'm available for any sessions, etc., which y'all would have, and I can facilitate more women leaders from my organization, also who come from diverse backgrounds, right? Not just audit, but more women in technology, because today the new mantra is AI, sustainability, etc., right? To get more women workforce, not just to increase, as I said, a diversity ratio, but also to increase the diverse skill sets and the opportunities available for chartered accountants in general. So that was my basic take. But uh, but I would also if possible, right, from the office, to see in terms of how we can contribute. One is, of course, taking sessions, but in a bigger way, which would help in we contributing to nation building as well, right? India is head started towards the third largest consumer product, right? I mean, the economy of the country, right? The third largest base. How do we contribute there as a diverse workforce? To think of those lines as well, more on the macroeconomic side, and happy to contribute there as well, right? And it could be even ease of doing business for us as chartered accountants, right? Uh, but thank you again, and
Thank you so much, Karishma, for being there and sharing your sharing your feeling and the takeaways. Thank you so much. And we have with us Sunita Baheti, madam. I request she is also our member of the committee. So, madam, if I request you to please share your experience. Please unmute yourself first.
Sorry. Thank you, Preeti Madam, Sunday Council member of the committee. And thanks to the committee to invite me as a special invitee. And this is the first time of my life of the CA career. This committee is working so hard and so good for the women. for awards and 100 synopsis and all the this is the base area where women can grow as a speaker, as a coordinator. They can develop within the women's committee. तो अभी जो all the three आज के जो speakers थे, they all are very good, and all the awardees. It's inspiring for the women to go ahead. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for sharing your feelings and about the activities. And I request Neha Varaya also to please share. Sneha, are you there? Sneha Varaya? Okay. We are getting joined by CA Nina Kapasi and also by CA Neha Gada, who are also, by that time, Sneha, please share few words about the activities for women. Please unmute yourself.
Yes. Am I audible actually? I'm on a railway station.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a
Actually,
wonderful experience.
Neha,
Should I?
Yeah. So actually, Sneha was sharing. So is it possible you can share after Sneha? Yes, Sneha.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this opportunity. But I would rather say that uh, generally is due to help. And also in general sense, we are said that a woman doesn't help another. But this committee has helped each and every woman to come forward and restart their career and also uh, behalf of all the women for taking this big initiative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you very much. We have with us Neha Gada, CA Neha Gada. So she is the recipient of the award of CA Women Independent Directors.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. And I should tell that it was a lovely experience for the award recipient of the award, and I think so. Institute is doing a very great job by encouraging women into various aspects of life, and always I think so. Preeti and the team is there to support women in various forms, as the knowledge session as we are seeing, which happens once in a week, is also very amazing. And I think so it's a great job that institute is doing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and once again, congratulations for receipt of the award, and thank you very much. We have with us Nina Kapasi, who is also a recipient of the award in the independent director, and she has also joined. So, Nina, madam, if you can share your experience about the feeling on the receipt of the award and about our committee, what you feel. So, if you can share something.
I'll tell you, this is the recognition which I have received from ICI front. The feeling is awesome. It could not have been better. Receiving award from two stalwarts, Aniket Talati, ICI president, and Ashish Chauhan, NSC CFO, and also given by this committee chaired by Preeti Ben and Abhay Bhai. It is something I would always cherish forever. And I have received so many awards and recognition throughout my professional life, spanning over 3 decades, more than 3 decades. But this is something great feeling. And I understand that, I always tell in my professional dialogue that, profession is gender neutral. You are a chartered accountant, you are a chartered accountant. You need not be a man or female. But I'll tell you, the journey is always different for a man chartered accountant and then a female chartered accountant. Ours is always, surrounded with so many breaks or taking shortcuts or going on a sabbatical for few months and again coming back, again going for a full day work and then again going taking a break, at this time also, I have to take break for my mother-in-law who is not well. So I understand all of us are juggling with multiple uh, responsibilities, and when despite of having and carrying so many different responsibilities, when we do a great professional work and when it is getting recognized by a professional body, the feeling is really awesome. And my coming to my own field, where I got the award, this independent director, where there are very less chartered accountants, and I being a women independent director, and that also really, part of chairman audit committee, of a manufacturing company, a huge manufacturing company, and also being very greatly respected by the company's management. This is something, yes, it is a very satisfying, very fulfilling feeling. And thank you for all this, accolades which I have received. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam, for sharing your experience. And again, once again, congratulations for receiving the award, and looking for and praying for the best of for the forthcoming time in your career. Thank you so much. So. Friends, I think a lot of things have been said and experienced by the members who are there associated with the committee, either as a co-opted member, special invitees, or as also as awardees. And we'll be happy to receive your messages and the chats and suggestions also, what best again we can do for the members, women fraternity, the young members. And it will be our it is our endeavor to do the best for our members. If you have any difficulty, please reach out to us at any point of time. We are happy to serve you the best. Even Rachna Ranade has also messaged that she also would like to join. Let us see in the next couple of minutes whether she is able to join or not. But I am taking, this, committee will go on and all, on and on. The chair and the vice chair may change. The president and the vice president, changes each and every year, and so the chair and the vice chair. So we have to sign off with very high note that we have done the best for our members, for our fraternity. And definitely the next year is the benchmark has been set for the next year also, so that it will lead to the next high level for the committee. And I actually thank each one of you, and I request Sangeeta to propose a very worthy vote of thanks, she being the a moderator for the session today. And she is also a participant of our residential refresher course at Goa. And we had actually done a lot of interactive sessions at Goa and served the best to all the participants. So, Sangeeta, I request you to please propose a very worthy vote of thanks to all the panelists, to all the members, awardees, and everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. Yes, of course, our Women RRC was a great networking place, and we really had fun, and it was very knowledgeable sessions out over there as well. Today's session, congratulations to the entire team, entire committee for the 100th session that we are conducting. Congratulations to all the award winners, awardees. May you achieve more and more heights in future and keep getting such awards again in the future. Thank you, ma'am, for conducting this session. Thank you to the panelists to take the time off and being part of this and enlightening all our participants about how should they go about, what are the areas. It was indeed a very insightful session, and everybody would have surely gained immensely from it. So thank you everyone for being part of this session, 100th session today. Thank you, Preeti ma'am.
Thank you everyone. And we are signing off with a very high note and wishing a great, excellent career for everyone, for each and every participant and panelist and awardees and coordinators. Thank you for everyone, and to my office also, who has really worked hard for achieving and doing all the work for this committee. So wish you a very successful journey in the forthcoming years to come. So, wishing you all the best. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and signing off with very high note. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
इससे आएगा ऐसा इतना गंदा smell,